On March 21, 2022, a Boeing 737-800 flight crashed into the mountains in southern China. This incident has broken China's 100 million-hour safe flight record.
The airline has 600 aeroplanes flying hundreds and hundreds of flights every day. Their record is exemplary.
This flight from China Eastern Airlines, MU 5735, carrying 132 people, was going from Kunming to Guangzhou, doing its routine trip it has done hundreds of times.
The 737-800 is safer than a 747. It's safer than a 777.
So what went wrong with this plane? It might seem to be an easy question, but getting the answer to the question isn't an easy job. ExplaiNing! Investigations of air crashes can take months or sometimes even years to come up with a conclusion. For example, in Germany in 2002, the mid-air collision in Überlingen took investigators 22 months to come up with a conclusion. In 1997, the KA801 took the NTSB 2 years to release a report on it. In the extreme case of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, 8 years have passed, but few wreckages have been found. We barely have anything for the report. Given the investigation may end up with nothing definite, and it triggers all sorts of conspiracy theories to sprout. Now, why are these investigations of air crashes so complicated, and how can we do justice to the families of victims? To investigate an air crash, it isn't like Sherlock Holmes, where there's always a murderer behind each scene. You know, the fall of an airplane is often due to a myriad of factors, big or small, obvious or underlying, and it's all intertwined. Finding the debris is always the first step. Yet in many cases, crashes that result in fire or explosions causing parts of the plane to be destroyed, making the labeling and analysis a more challenging task. For MH370, searching for the entire wreckage was an enormous amount of work itself, which seemed impossible in many ways.
We are talking about tens of thousands of square miles of search space. It started off a little bit northwest of Australia, and it moved further and further into the South Indian Ocean. Remember too that all the time that they're searching, the wind is blowing, the tides are moving, so that the bits and pieces that they're looking for are being moved around.
And then you need to find eyewitnesses and black boxes, which are the flight data recorders. However, despite the black box being the strongest part of an aircraft, there's still a chance that this thing is severely damaged due to the impact and the heat of the crash. If investigators manage to extract all the data by repairing and deciphering the data recorder, data analysis and comparison would still be another painstaking task for them to go through. The investigators then identify all kinds of problems, such as mechanical failures, design flaws, or pilot errors, and decide which problems are more crucial. And in fact, one sole problem usually wouldn't bring the entire flight down, yet a direct causal chain of events might. In the history of aviation, there's no lack of examples of how a chain of seemingly irrelevant events eventually led to a disaster no one could foretell. That's why investigators have to do their job in earnest and expose every inch of the problem. The aeronautical disaster of Alaska Airline 261 in 2000 was mainly due to inadequate lubrication in the tail's jack screw assembly. A 4-hour task was reduced to 1. It taught the airline company a lesson, the importance of maintenance and the need to reduce overused components on time. More importantly, an engineering fix was developed the year after. The crash of Korean Airlines Flight 801 revealed the flaws of the pilot training system in the company, and it also told us how dangerous it could be if someone at the airport turned off the minimum safe altitude warning. All these terrible accidents taught aviation bloody lessons so people can design better systems and fly our planes more safely. Let us have enough patience with the air crash investigation. Don't spread rumors and perhaps even learn to distinguish them. These kind of disinformation may bring harms to the families of victims for a second time. Let's hope the Chinese investigators, by working closely with the NTSB and the Boeing company, can soon find the answer to the MU-5735 incident. And when this message is shared with the world, more disastrous trips can be avoided and thousands more lives can be saved. Thanks for watching. I'm Ning. I'll see you next time.